yes, I can jump out of this window because you're filming it, so it's sort of not real. It is miraculous how rarely people get hurt. And I'm always amazed that not more accidents happen.
I was invited to do a television show that's very, very popular called The Office.
Look, it's no secret.
Hi.
Hello? It is no secret.
That band of actors and filmmakers and television makers were such a great, well-oiled machine that I came in. I don't do much comedy, and I was invited into this. I felt really, really loved. And this real sense of try it was born for me. Try it and try to make him laugh, even though he's holding the camera. It was just a new experience. So that was one of my best fun experiences.
That's lovely. I've worked with comedians as well, and there's very often, both with Judd Apatow and Amy Schumer, and also just recently with Julio Torres, a film that we made last autumn. And there is a sort of fizz in the air, especially when people are improvising, trying to amuse each other.
Trying to make each other laugh.
Trying to amuse each other. But I think maybe the most fun consistently I ever had was with Derek Jarman, who his approach to making films was, hosted a party, invited everybody, laid on the food, and just had as much of a good time as we possibly could with very little structure.
Really?
Yeah,
and
very little. Yeah.
Wow.
Shot
I love that.
Yeah.
Sometimes he would be very specific and would not move on until he got what he wanted. And oftentimes it was because it was quite technical. And then other times he would be like, I've got it. He was reluctant to just say, I've got it, though, because he always wanted to unearth something else.
Yeah.
Let's just try it again.
Yeah. Fishing. The worst thing is the feeling that you have to trust. I mean, as a performer, you have to trust when the director says we're moving on. If you think you haven't, and the filmmaker says we have to move on because of the light or something, it's a horrible feeling. And then what you have to do is you have to let it go. I just worked again with David Fincher. I love it.
He does it over and over again. Yeah.
It's great. Not so that I can remember it. Not badly, no.
Well, even if we were not going to tell you on camera
tell you.
because, the insurance companies will go, what?
It is miraculous when making movies how rarely people get hurt, because there's always this sense that people take risks because the camera's running. It's like, yes, I can jump out of this window because you're filming it, so it's sort of not real. And I'm always amazed that not more accidents happen. I'm not so used to the blue screen, green screen, actually. I've done very little of that. I did do some with Derek Jarman on a Pet Shop Boys video in 1989, but apart from that, the thing that was very specific for us about shooting this was that the majority of our work together was in one room, not unlike this room here. And it had a slightly, not theatrical element, but it was slightly staged. It was a conversation between two people. To a certain extent, it felt like a play. So that, for me, was very exotic, because I don't work in the theatre. And it was challenging to believe that would be interesting.
I had to learn several languages, and we had to make one up that would be understood as the jinn's natural language. I've never done that before.
I do have a question. What does one do with 3 wishes?
You'll see. I've never spoken Turkish before, so that was challenging for me. I can barely speak English.
Konbini!